Hi guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor and your leverage for change. Today I'm going to be speaking about the secure attachment style. And most of us who is in this area, speaks we don't speak a lot about the secure because that's like the ideal attachment style, and we tend to focus more on the attachment styles that have issues and that needs help. And not saying that the secure attached individual never needs help. It's just that they're just in a totally different place. Guys, before I start, please like my video if you find that this information is going to be something that's valuable for you. Share and also subscribe to my channel to help me grow my channel. So let me start now by saying that a strong sense of self is what is almost like the is what you'll recognize when you meet a securely attached individual. They have a very strong sense of self. They know who they are, what they want, what their needs are, and they easily express it. I'm going to break down, go a little deeper in that as I go down the list, and in no particular order, guys, but it will give you a sense of what it is that you're going to be working if you have other attachment styles: the fearful avoidant, the dismissive avoidant, the anxious preoccupied. Those attachment styles that have that are challenged in relationships. Then you will know that when you want to work towards being secure, these are the things that you will want to work towards being, right? So I'm going to go down, as I say, in no particular order, but for the securely attached individual, their sense of self is very strong. They know who they are. They're not living for others and just depending on others to validate them. They know who they are and they're very secure in that. So the next thing is they have the ability to be vulnerable. So you want to talk about something that might be a little emotionally dense. They are okay to express their emotions. They are comfortable talking about how they feel, challenges in a healthy way. They're okay to feel, and they're okay to just open up. They're open to just expressing their emotions in a healthy way, not like going crazy and doing all kind of crazy stuff, but they're okay to speak about how they feel and really kind of just get deep into that emotional mix because they felt safe as children. Their caregivers, their parents, allowed them to express their emotions without saying, stop doing that, that is silly, man up, or whatever it might be. They felt safe expressing their emotions. So guys, this individual learns that it is safe to express their emotions and their needs, right? So they felt cared for by their caregivers. They felt that they could trust their caregivers to listen to them and take care of them and to help make things better for them. And they learned that they could depend on their caregivers. So they were able to really more easily express their emotions. They didn't feel that if they expressed their emotions, they were going to be criticized or made a fool of or made to feel that something is wrong with them. They learn to be vulnerable with their emotions. The next thing, guys, is that the secure individual can easily set and maintain boundaries because they're not so dependent on people pleasing, and doing things to make others love them. They already know who they are. They have a strong sense of self, so they can easily create boundaries that they know that this is making me uncomfortable, please don't do that, and they'll easily express their boundaries, and they will easily maintain it if the person is, that they're creating these boundaries with come back and keep pushing their boundaries. They will easily tell them and say that, I'm sorry, but I said this and this is what I meant. They're not trying to please people because they're not looking for validation outside of themselves. They know who they are. The next thing is that they can be very supportive of others, but they are not to the point that they are going to now abandon themselves at the expense of others' needs. They will help others, but they also know that there is a balance of that, in balance in that, helping others and looking out for yourself, and you're caring for your own needs. They are that is something that they can easily do. Whereas with the other attachment styles, especially the anxious, they will people please, and the fearful, they will people please and do things to the extent of really kind of abandoning themselves, because that is one of their core wounds. So for for the secure individual also, you'll notice that they are pretty balanced in every area of their lives. You don't see them overworking, and they're always at work and neglecting their family and everything else, or always at the bar or at the club and neglecting their family and work and everything else. So they're pretty balanced. They'll do their social stuff with their family, their friends, their job, and but they're quite balanced in how they live their lives. Quite balanced, not excessively focusing on one area to the detriment of other areas in their lives. They're really balanced. The next thing you're going to notice, guys, with the secure attachment style is that they can easily express their emotions. So, they're open, as I mentioned earlier, with the vulnerability. That's kind of like the same kind of thing. Easily express their emotions, but not only that, they can also empathize. They can easily empathize with others, how they're feeling, what they're going through. They can understand it, and they can express it as well. So they can express empathy to others when somebody else is going through a difficult time. The next thing, guys, is to look out for someone with a secure attachment style, is that they are very comfortable being alone. Not that they want to be alone, but when they are alone, they're quite comfortable, because they don't feel the need to be in a relationship to be validated, or to feel like, or to feel like they're worthy of something, or to feel loved. They love themselves. They have a strong sense of self. So when they're not, when they're maybe in between relationships, they're quite comfortable being alone, doing things by themselves, and having their friends and their family, and doing that. They don't have to be in a relationship to feel happy or to feel good about themselves. They're quite secure in that area. The next thing, guys, is expressing their needs, and it comes easily for them, because as children they would express their needs. They cried when they knew that when they cried and they needed help from their caregivers, the caregivers was there for them. They could depend on their caregivers to be there for them. So they learned that it was okay to express their needs. It wasn't something that they would be punished for. So they learn that they can easily express their needs. So, guys, in relationships, if there's a problem in the relationship and there's a need that's not being met, they will also easily explore and express their needs with their partners, to say, this is something that I need to be happy in this relationship. I need this from you. They'll do it in a polite way, but they will easily, instead of what most people will do is stuff it, like the anxious will stuff it, or the fearful, other attachment styles will stuff it and not express it, but they will start becoming resentful of not getting their needs met. The secure attached individual can express their needs easily, right? And they actually expect their needs to be met, because that's how they grew up, because they grew up learning that their needs were met when they asked for help, right? If they had a need, they cried, or whatever it is that they do, or they asked their parents or caregivers, and their needs were met as much as possible. All right. The next thing, guys, is that they're very accepting of others. They don't expect everyone to be like them. They're very accepting of others and can easily remove themselves. So, for example, something is maybe this person or these people are not exactly like you, which is not possible. Everybody's going to be different, but they're not really caught up in just accepting only somebody who looks like them. They're quite okay accepting different people. Now, they're also equally very good at removing removing themselves from toxic relationships. So if they're with a meet someone and the friendships or the things that they do, or their friends do, or other people do, they can easily remove themselves from that toxic relationship, because if they recognize that this is not something that is going to serve them. This is not the direction that they want to go in life, to be with individuals who are totally in maybe doing drugs, maybe doing things that's going to impact their life. They can easily remove, or even like somebody who's emotionally will emotionally abuse you or physically abuse you. If they find that is something that whether it be their partner or whatever it might be, they can easily remove themselves from that situation. The other attachment style, especially the anxious, will actually remain in toxic situations like that because of their lack of feeling of self-worth and the fact that they are very uncomfortable being alone by themselves. They are also, as I mentioned earlier, they kind of tagging on along with that acceptance, expressing of their needs. They can also easily ask for help. They don't have a problem asking for help, which again is the same kind of thing. From they were young kids, they found it okay, they were comfortable asking for help from their parents. As a secure individual now, they were comfortable asking for help from their parents because their parents was there for them. They could trust that their parents will help them if they needed them to help them. So now in adult relationships, they also feel very comfortable asking for help. If there's something that they cannot do, they will easily ask for help. Another thing, guys, is that they easily manage conflicts. Now, not saying that the way they manage it might be perfect and it will always work out perfect for them, but they don't run away from conflicts like you would find with the dismissive avoidant or sometimes the fearful, right? Depending on who they're in relationship with. They can easily sit in a room with someone and discuss something that there is a discrepancy between their wants and needs, and manage that kind of conflict in a healthy way. They don't run away from it. They face it. They sit down and try to have a healthy discussion about these different conflicts. They're good with that. They also don't get all hot and bothered, out of control easily. I mean, I'm sure it happens for some individuals, depending on there are so many other things that can be in the background affecting that. But as a rule, they can easily regulate their emotions, so they don't go like, they're having a quarrel at home, but now they go and they take it out on everybody. Or you're having a quarrel with your husband, now you take it out on your children, or you just blow up and go all crazy and curse out everybody and storm off and slam doors. That is not how they handle it. They've learned that they've learned to regulate their emotions, because as kids, their parents accepted maybe their little, at that time they were probably getting loud and rolling on the floor and all kind of stuff, and the parents will sit with them while they're going through their thing, or they'll say to them, okay, do your thing, just manage it, so that they know that, and why don't you try this or whatever it might be. But the fact that they can depend on the people that they loved, their caregivers at the time, to be there while they're managing fluctuating emotions. Now they feel comfortable and they've learned to manage their and regulate their emotions as an adult. They're also very easily adapt to different types of relationships. So if it's a friendship relationship, it's different than a romantic relationship, than a relationship with your mom, your parents, than a relationship with your kids. So they easily can navigate and adapt to different types of relationship, whereas with the other attachment styles, the avoidant and the anxious and all that, there's going to be issues. There's going to be some issues in kind of just adapting easily to different relationships because they just never had that. Their childhood was very deprived of interacting with different relationships with different people. So they never really quite learned how to manage those things. Okay, guys. So that's, I think, is pretty much all that I wrote down. I know there are more. If you have some ways of if you're a secure partner, or you know somebody, or you're with a secure partner, maybe you can add some of that in the comment as well. That will help others. But in the meantime, guys, please, if you find this content valuable, please like it, share it with a friend, subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell. That way, that as soon as I upload something new, you will be notified. I hope you have a wonderful day, and guys, keep growing. This is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Take care now. Bye.